I mean, I could have used the giant lift, but it's fine. Nevin! My old fruit. How are you, buddy? It's good to see you again, Wigglespring. So without your help, we wouldn't have been able to get so many survivors out of Gnomegon this time. Everyone is going to be thrilled to meet you and hear your story. Okay. What else you got for me, Nevi? It's a victory for us every time we're able to help another survivor escape from the contaminated halls of Gnomegon. Rogues like you will play an important part in the future of Gnomegon. I'm quite a selfish gnome, I apologise. To that end, our leader, High Tinker Mechatalk, has assembled a team of trainers to help you learn your arts. Kesley Stillspark, a key member of the Gnomegon Covert Ops... Oh wow, I'm going to join the Covert Ops team. Will help oversee your training and adjust to life on the surface. She should be in the council tent to the northwest. Meet with Stillspark in Tinkertown. And we'll go where? I always wish that they... I mean, as I say, I play as a horde, and I have done for forever now, basically. But I always wish this kind of thing, like the dwarves, when you read a lot of the sort of the extended universe stuff of WoW, I wish there was more done with the dwarfs and the gnomes and kind of their world and what's going on. Because the gnomes obviously got a ton going on. You know, they're in a lot of trouble and strife. The dwarfs are kind of coming through theirs. And it'd be great to see those races get a little bit more explanation, a little bit more depth to them. Well, it's nice to meet you, Wigglespring. Nevin tells me that you managed to survive the dangers of Gnomegon by using your wits. That's exactly what we need here. Clever minds and quick blades. There we go. Now, I think by default I'm assassination. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know if you remember Mechatalk or not. Nevin tells me that memory loss is pretty common for a Gnomegon survivor. Mechatalk, or more properly, the High Tinker Mechatalk, is the leader of all gnomes. He has made a habit of meeting with every rescued survivor personally. You should introduce yourself to him. He'll be with his war council beneath the tent in the centre of town. Introduce ourselves to Mechatalk. But yeah, it'd be really cool if there was more of the world of the gnomes and the world of the dwarves and all the races of the Alliance. We've seen a lot of the Horde. And yes, that bias may be the fact that because I've played as Horde, obviously I've seen a lot of their stories from that point of view. But a lot of the stories are always focused on the Horde doing something, you know, Sylvanas we've had, Garrosh, which means the Alliance get a glimpse, even if it's just a glimpse, into the Horde. But for instance, in in BFA, there's the most amazing story of Jaina that the Alliance know nothing about. So, you know, it'd be great to bring, I'm not saying Jaina's story because she's a major character, but bring more of this world alive with things like that. It's good to meet you, Wigglesprings. You've probably heard others speaking of Operation Gnomegon. Let me tell you a bit about what happened and why we left the Dwarven City. We left the Dwarven City of Ironforge. The Dwarves of Ironforge kindly took us in when the Trog invasion and radiation forced us to leave Mechagon for the first time. But even the kindness of friends can quell the longing for home. Can't quell the longing for home. I'm upset. Don't judge me, you upstart. We weren't able to achieve everything Operation Gnomegon set out to do, but Thermoplug is on the run, and we're closer to home than ever. Watch the holotape in front of High Tinker Mechatalk to learn about Operation Gnomegon.
We assembled a mighty force and defeated Thermoplug's servants, fighting our way into the city. But the usurper,
I kind of give him a bit of a grander voice.
Had one last trick up his sleeve.
I can't do a voice that high. It'll kill my throat.
It's too quiet. Where are Thermoplug's defense forces? Trap! That's a fully functional irradiator!
Irradiator 3000 activated. Attention, Emergency. You now have 10 minutes to reach minimum safe distance.
10
I'm not gonna lie. That would have been fantastic.
Pinkles, hand me that
For those of you
whirring
that
gizmo
haven't seen it,
and
that line, you now have
God's
X
sake,
minutes
up
to
that
reach minimum
dirty
safe
bug
distance,
with a
is
handful of
probably most
goddamn
iconic from Aliens. That would have been absolutely fantastic if literally this giant, I don't know, you could have had a supersized giant trog,
You now have
and that was literally the beginning of the Nomagon experience. Is this giant trog just chasing you through the halls, and you're just running, and they've got like the automated defense turrets are firing from the gnomes trying to kill it, and it won't kill it. Oh, that'd been brilliant. It's a real Aliens vibe.
Sending his crony Crush Cog to harass us
Even
here on the
now,
surface.
only the safe teams dare to venture into the city. I've changed his voice now. To search for survivors. Meanwhile, Thermoplug has sent one of his followers, Clushcog, to distract us and buy time for him to dig in. Doesn't Mechatalk cut him in two and leave him? We will need all the weapons, inventions and soldiers we can get in order to defeat Rizzo Crushcog and his followers. Over to the northeast you'll find Engineer Grandspark. That's a good name. One of a new generation of brilliant gnomish minds. Why, he hasn't had an explosion in over 3 prototypes. He's not a... be laughed at if he was a goblin. But enough bragging. Engineer Grandspark is working on a bot that he says will help clean up the toxic airfield. You should introduce yourself to him and see if he needs any help testing it. Speak with Engineer Grandspark in Tinkertown.
I'm counting on you.
Laters, boss! Not gonna lie, you were pretty baller in the BFA intro. BFA? No, Legion. Legion is the one I'm thinking of. Oh yeah, no, I won't tell him about for the Zara Law. We'll keep that one quiet. Sam Megatalk himself has heard of my little project. Splendid! I've almost finished my latest prototype, but maybe you can help me chase down those last few parts. There's just too much to do around here, and too few gnomes on their feet to help. The High Tinker has asked me to start converting some of our old bots. I'm stressed. Judge me. The parts for Operation Ogon. I hope to have a new line of multi-bots ready for a field test soon. I don't suppose you'd have some time to help, do you? Do you? There are all kinds of parts scattered around. Pick up anything that you find and bring it back to me. You never know how useful it may turn out to be. I completely changed that last bit. Bring 7 spare parts. Okay, no worries, mate. Oh, look. This one. Did you not get this one? You did. There was one right there. Did you not get that one? Oh, okay. Okay, I see how it's going to be. I see. That's fine. I'll just do all this then. Fetch and carry. I see my role. I see my role in this world. I get it. Woo! What else we got? I need to find out when I can get my professions. I think Wigglesparks may be, or Wigglesprings may be an engineer. That may be his calling. Okay. What do I need? One more. Woo! This big bolt here.
Work complete.
Okay. Hey, boss. I got that one, even that one right next to you. I got all of them.
Hey.
Did you get those parts? These are fantastic! Let's see what we can put together. Would you be interested in testing out the prototype once I'm done? I don't think I have an option. If the multibot works, it will help us to do all kinds of jobs that are unpleasant or dangerous for us gnomes. Like apparently picking up cogs that are just over here. After Thermoplug detonated his irradiator at the end of Operation Ermagor, toxic clouds and ooze began bubbling up at the old airfield south of town. If we don't get it under control, the contamination could spread to the rest of our lands. Take the multibot with you and bring it close to the geysers in the green pools of toxic airfield. Your bot should spring into action. Alright, let's go use the bot.